Right. Last task here now is to set True North and Project North. And what I want to do is, if I go into my project base point here, and I'll just tab now and pick this up. Okay. On the project base point, we've got this parameter here called angle to true north. Now read that. It is the angle to true north. All right. But because this is an OS map, we're already set at true north. All right. So I've got my site here. I've moved from the default project north, right, to true north because that is the current view that I have there. So if you like, we're going to kind of do this slightly in reverse because it's the angle to true north that I want to establish. And now in order to do that, I'm going to have to physically rotate the OS map around a point and then establish what the angle is, and it is that angle that will go back in to establish the angle to true north. So a couple of things I need to do here. I'm going into my detail lines and I'm going to pick up, this is, what I want to do is take this line along here and have that perpendicular. That's the way I'm going to particularly work here. So just drawing a line on the boundary there and I'm going to select it and move it. Okay, I'll take the endpoint there and I'm going to put it into the center of my project base point here. Just move that again, endpoint, and get it in there. That's where I want it. No, sorry, folks, this needs to be spot on. So I want to get that right. There you go. Now, so got that right. I'm going to draw another line here from the center point there. Now that will allow me to go into my annotate, into my angular dimensions, and I'm going to pick up this dimension here and look at 70.15. Perfect. All right. Now I'm going to do a crossing box because I want to pick up the property boundary line as well. My OS map is unpinned at this point here, and I'm going to hit rotate. I'm going to move the center of the rotation into the center of the base point, which will allow me to pick up this point here and rotate around to that point. Now, notice that I've rotated around the project base point, and that's important. Now, so there's my project north here. And I know that the angle that we were talking about there, if I tab these and get into my project base point, there you go. The angle to true north, we said, was 71.15. Okay, and that shifted that about there. So there is my true north. And if I come over to the properties of that view and I hit project north and apply, I'm back into project north. All right. So I've established that. Now, so I'm ready to work away on my site there. If I come into my ground floor plan, you can see I've got my AutoCAD switched off. So what I'll do here is I'll just shift out my elevation markers here, something like that. Okay, and we'll put this one here. And when you shift elevation markers, always go back in and check on the solid point of the tag there and make sure that the field of view is dragged the whole way through there. Okay, like so. Now that is more or less ready to set up and go. And then if I need to bring back in the OS map, there it is there. I've gone into highlight everything and I'll just select the map, right click and go unhide in the view elements, turn off my see all down here. All right, and I can establish my crop box. Okay, turn it on. And I'll just drag that in and around my site here. Notice as well that I need to go back into that view there and half tone it, but you can see now I've got my site set up there and it's ready to draw on. So that's how you would set up an OS survey DWG, importing it into your Revit project, setting it to real world coordinates and setting up your true north and your project north.